Have you ever wondered what happens when hearts are thrown into a crucible where every emotion is magnified and there's no escape from the heat? Welcome to Love Island USA Season 7, where the blazing Fiji sun does little to hide the tempests of drama raging through the villa. By week 4, the show has unleashed Casa Amor, a notorious twist that splits couples apart, tests loyalties, and introduces bombshells designed to upend everything. This isn't just a tale of romance, it's a saga of betrayal, heartbreak, and the unrelenting power of American viewers to shape the Islanders' destinies. Join me as we plunge into this chaotic world where every choice teeters between paradise and ruin, and no heart emerges unscathed. Beneath the golden glow of Fiji sunsets, the Love Island USA Season 7 villa stands as a battleground for electrifying love stories and gut-wrenching conflicts. The Islanders, young, stunning, and brimming with ambition, arrive with dreams of finding their soulmates. But 3 weeks in, they've traded rose-tinted fantasies for emotional warfare, cunning strategies, and plot twists that have left the villa in disarray. The show, hosted by the charismatic Ariana Madix, has become a cultural juggernaut, amassing over 1 billion minutes of viewership in just 2 weeks, as reported by Deadline. Its blend of raw emotion and high-stakes drama has hooked audiences, and Week 4's Casa Amor promises to crank the intensity to unprecedented levels. At the heart of the storm is Huda, a 28-year-old single mother whose strength is matched only by her fiery temperament. She entered the villa cloaked in a secret, her young daughter, the center of her world, whom she kept hidden until she felt ready to share. Huda quickly formed a bond with Jeremiah, a 26-year-old with boyish charm and a laid-back demeanor that masked a lack of decisiveness. Their connection seemed unshakable in the early days, marked by moments of unguarded vulnerability, like when Huda, in a slip of the tongue, blurted out, "I love you," after a late-night chat under the stars. "I didn't mean to say that," she laughed, her cheeks flushing, but the spark between them was undeniable. For a moment, they were the villa's golden couple, the kind America might champion to the finale, but paradise crumbled in week 3. In a jaw-dropping twist, American viewers, wielding their voting power through the Love Island app, orchestrated a recoupling that paired Jeremiah with Iris, a confident newcomer with a knack for stirring the pot. The decision left Huda reeling, her trust shattered. "He didn't even fight for me," she sobbed, her voice breaking as she sat alone on the villa's swing, the same spot where she and Jeremiah had shared their first kiss. The betrayal cut deep, and Huda's fiery outburst, calling Jeremiah a coward and Iris a homewrecker, made her a polarizing figure. Some viewers saw her as a fierce mother protecting her heart. Others branded her as controlling, a sentiment echoed in a Refinery29 article that dubbed her the season's divisive queen. Ace, a 27-year-old self-styled kingpin, is another linchpin of the villa's chaos. With his sharp wit and commanding presence, he positions himself as the villa's unofficial leader, quick to call out anyone he deems a threat. But his relentless exploration of romantic options, flitting between Shelley, Amaya, and Iris, has painted him as a player. "I'm just keeping my options open," he shrugs. But his actions have consequences. Shelley, a 25-year-old bisexual firecracker, feels strung along, while Amaya, a 24-year-old with a penchant for toxic love, grows increasingly frustrated by his mixed signals. Ace's knack for stirring drama, often under the guise of protecting the villa, has made him both a fan favorite and a lightning rod for conflict, as noted by Vulture, which called him a chaotic force whose moves are often overshadowed by Huda's explosions. Olandria and Taylor, both 26, represent a quieter but no less fraught dynamic. Olandria, who works in the elevator industry, brings a grounded warmth to the villa, but her relationship with Taylor, a cowboy with a disarming smile, has been rocky. Taylor's confession in week 2 that he doesn't feel physical attraction to Olandria stunned viewers and sparked heated debates on X. How do you say that on national TV? One user posted, echoing the sentiment of many. Despite their efforts to build something real, the cracks in their bond are widening, especially after the arrival of bombshell Jalen, who briefly threatened to steal Olandria's heart before his elimination. Nick and Cierra, both 25, are the villa's golden couple, their chemistry palpable from day one. Nick, a nurse with a boy-next-door charm, and Cierra, a nerdy romantic who bonded with Nick over their shared love of Avatar, The Last Airbender, have been a beacon of hope for viewers rooting for lasting love. But even their seemingly solid bond is showing signs of strain. Nick's lingering glances at Olandria during challenges have raised eyebrows, and Cierra's unwavering trust is about to be tested in ways she never imagined. Week 3's eliminations, Jeremiah and Hannah, left the villa in a state of upheaval. Hannah's tearful exit, vowing to find her connection with Charlie outside the villa, tugged at heartstrings, while Jeremiah's departure marked the end of his tumultuous journey with Huda. Though Huda and Jeremiah parted on a bittersweet note, with her apologizing for her harsh words, she now stands alone, vulnerable in a game where being single is a death sentence. As the dust settled, Casa Amor loomed, a twist that would push every islander to their breaking point. Casa Amor is Love Island's crucible, a week-long test that separates the loyal from the wavering. The male and female islanders are split into two villas, each flooded with a fresh crop of bombshells, charismatic, gorgeous newcomers whose sole purpose is to tempt and disrupt. It's a pressure cooker designed to expose cracks in relationships, and in Season 7, it delivers chaos on an epic scale. As an ex-post from Love Islandusa on June 24th, 2025 teased, Casa Amor is shaking up every couple. New connections are forming, and old ones are crumbling. The stakes couldn't be higher. Huda enters Casa Amor with a fire in her belly. After the Jeremiah debacle, she's determined to prove she's more than her outbursts. "I came here for love, not to be the villain," she declares in a confessional, her eyes glistening with resolve. Her single status makes her a prime target for the male bombshells, and when TJ, a 27-year-old fitness trainer with a megawatt smile, struts into the villa, Huda sees a glimmer of hope. "He's exactly my type," she whispers to Amaya, her heart racing as TJ flashes her a grin during the welcome party. But hope turns to heartache when TJ's attention shifts to Iris, the same woman who sparked Huda's downfall in Week 3. During a poolside chat, TJ confides in another bombshell, "Huda's intense, but Iris has this vibe I can't resist." The words, overheard by a lingering Amaya, make their way back to Huda, who feels the sting of rejection all over again. "I'm a mom, I've been through worse," she tells herself, but the hurt is palpable. In a moment of raw vulnerability, she sits by the fire pit, staring into the flames. "Why does it feel like I'm fighting a losing battle?" she murmurs, her voice barely audible over the crackling wood. Huda's response is classic. She doubles down. In the blindfold challenge, where islanders must kiss anonymous partners, she throws herself into the moment, locking lips with a bombshell named Xavier, a 28-year-old musician with a soulful vibe. The kiss is electric, and for a fleeting moment, Huda feels alive again. "Maybe this is my chance," she thinks, but her mind keeps drifting to the main villa, where Iris and TJ are likely growing closer. Social media is abuzz with opinions. Some praise Huda's resilience, with one ex-user posting, "Huda's a queen, she deserves better than TJ." Others are less kind, with a viral thread calling her too controlling and predicting she'll crash out again. Huda's interactions with the other girls are strained. During a late-night chat, she snaps at Amaya for suggesting she tone it down. "I'm not here to be fake," Huda retorts, her voice rising. The tension is palpable, and Amaya, usually quick to match fire with fire, backs off, sensing Huda's pain. But Huda's outbursts are alienating her allies, and as Casa Amor progresses, she faces a stark reality. Without a strong connection, she's at risk of elimination. "I don't want to go home empty-handed," she confides in a rare, quiet moment, her vulnerability a stark contrast to her usual bravado. Ace thrives in Casa Amor's whirlwind. His self-proclaimed explorer status finds fertile ground among the new bombshells, and he wastes no time. At the welcome party, he locks eyes with Kayla, a 24-year-old model with a playful streak. "You're trouble, aren't you?" she teases, and Ace's grin says it all. Within hours, they're inseparable, laughing over cocktails and sneaking glances during challenges. "I'm just vibing," Ace insists in a confessional, but his actions scream otherwise. Back in the main villa, Shelley is navigating her own temptations. Marcus, a 29-year-old entrepreneur with a knack for romance, catches her eye. During a candlelit dinner, he pulls out her chair and whispers, "You deserve someone who's all in." Shelley's heart flutters, but her thoughts drift to Ace. "I want to believe he's being loyal," she tells Cierra, her voice tinged with doubt. "But with Ace, you never know." The blindfold challenge is Ace's undoing. Blindfolded and guided by instinct, he plants a passionate kiss on Kayla. The chemistry undeniable. The other guys cheer, but Nick, ever the voice of reason, mutters, "Shelley's not gonna like this?" Ace brushes it off. "It's just a game," he says, but the cameras capture every second, and the footage is destined for the dreaded movie night. Social media erupts, with one ex-post reading, "Ace is playing all the girls. Shelley deserves better." Another user quips, "This man's exploring so much he needs a map." Shelley, meanwhile, isn't entirely innocent. Marcus's attention is intoxicating, and during a pool game, she lets him lift her onto his shoulders, their laughter echoing through the villa. "I'm not doing anything wrong," she insists, but her growing connection with Marcus suggests otherwise. When the girls gather for a heart-to-heart, Shelley admits, "If Ace is out there messing around, I'm not waiting for him." The stage is set for a showdown when the villas reunite, and viewers are already bracing for fireworks. Olandria and Taylor enter Casa Amor, clinging to the hope of salvaging their relationship, but the foundation is shaky. Taylor's earlier admission about lacking physical attraction to Olandria lingers like a dark cloud, and Casa Amor's arrival only widens the rift. In the guy's villa, Taylor is drawn to Sophia, a 25-year-old dancer whose confidence and flirtatious energy captivate him. "She's got this spark Olandria doesn't," he confides to Nick, a comment that would devastate Olandria if she heard it. Sophia wastes no time. During a beachside chat, she challenges Taylor. "Are you here to play it safe, or do you want something real?" Her words strike a chord, and Taylor, usually reserved, finds himself opening up. In the Got Wood challenge, he's caught in a compromising moment, his arms wrapped around Sophia as they share a laugh in a secluded corner. "It's nothing serious," he tells the cameras, but the footage tells a different story, and it's headed straight for movie night. Olandria, in the girls' villa, is unaware of Taylor's wandering heart. She's approached by Liam, a 27-year-old architect with a gentle demeanor that contrasts Taylor's aloofness. Liam's compliments, yeah, you have this glow that lights up the room, and make Olandria blush, something Taylor rarely does. "I want to feel chosen," she confesses to Cierra, her voice cracking. "With Taylor, I'm always second-guessing." Liam's persistence pays off. During a stargazing date, he shares stories of his childhood, and Olandria finds herself letting her guard down. "I could see something with him," she admits in a confessional, but the thought of Taylor keeps her torn. When the blindfold challenge pairs her with Liam, their kiss is tentative but charged, leaving Olandria questioning everything. "What if I've been settling?" she wonders, her heart a battlefield of loyalty and desire. Nick and Cierra, the villa's beacon of hope, enter Casa Amor with confidence. Their bond, built on shared nerdy passions and quiet moments, has won over viewers, with ex-posts calling them endgame. But even the strongest relationships falter under Casa Amor's pressure, and Nick's wandering eye threatens to unravel everything. In the guy's villa, Nick is approached by Zoe, a 26-year-old comedian whose humor and boldness draw him in. During a game of truth or dare, Zoe dares Nick to reveal his biggest fear. "Missing out on something real," he says, his eyes locked on hers. The moment shifts something in him, and he begins seeking her out, their conversations growing deeper. "Sierra's perfect, but Zoe's got this energy I can't ignore," he confesses, his voice heavy with guilt. Zoe pushes the boundaries. At a bonfire party, she pulls Nick aside and asks, "Are you with Cierra because you love her, or because it's easy?" The question hits like a freight train, and Nick's silence speaks volumes. In the blindfold challenge, their kiss is electric, and Nick's smile betrays his conflicted heart. "I didn't expect to feel this," he admits, unaware that the cameras have captured it all. Cierra, in the girls' villa, remains steadfast. She rebuffs advances from male bombshells, her heart set on Nick. In a touching moment, she writes him a letter, pouring out her feelings. "You're my safe place," she reads aloud to the girls, tears streaming down her face. "I know we can make it through this." Her faith is unwavering, but the looming movie night threatens to shatter it. X users are divided, with some rooting for Cierra's loyalty and others predicting Nick's betrayal. "If Nick breaks Cierra's heart, I'm done," one post declares, summing up the stakes. Casa Amor is more than temptation. It's a reckoning. At the week's end, each islander must choose: return to their original partner or couple up with a bombshell. These decisions, paired with America's ruthless votes, will redraw the villa's landscape. An X post from At Love Islandusa on June 23rd, 2025 revealed that 2 islanders were eliminated, though their identities remain a mystery, heightening the tension. Every islander knows a single misstep could end their journey, and the pressure is suffocating. Huda, still reeling from TJ's rejection, clings to her connection with Xavier, but it's fragile. "I'm not ready to give up," she says, but her single status makes her a prime target for elimination. Ace's antics with Kayla risk alienating Shelly, who's inching closer to Marcus. "If he's playing games, I'm done," Shelly vows, her patience wearing thin. Olandria and Taylor, already on shaky ground, face a potential implosion, with Sophia and Liam complicating their choices. Nick, torn between Cierra's devotion and Zoe's allure, stands at a crossroads that could define his legacy in the villa. American viewers, the ultimate puppet masters, hold the power. Their vote to pair Jeremiah with Iris in Week 3 proved their love for chaos, and Week 4's eliminations promise more upheaval. An X post on June 25th, 2025 described Casa Amor as an emotional tsunami, hinting at the carnage to come. The movie night, where clips of Casa Amor's betrayals will be aired, looms like a guillotine. Taylor's embrace with Sophia, Nick's kiss with Zoe, Ace's flirtation with Kayla, all will be exposed, and the fallout will be explosive. Love Island USA Season 7 is more than a reality show. It's a raw, unfiltered exploration of the human heart, where love is tested in the fiercest crucible. Casa Amor has elevated the stakes, weaving a tapestry of temptation, betrayal, and fleeting hope that keeps viewers on edge. Huda's fight for redemption, Ace's chaotic reign, Olandria and Taylor's fragile bond, and Nick and Cierra's teetering love story, each thread pulls us deeper into the drama. The lesson at the heart of Love Island is timeless. Love is a battlefield, and no one emerges unscathed. Yet, it's the raw, messy moments, the tears, the fights, the stolen glances that make it unforgettable. Who will emerge from Casa Amor stronger, and who will leave with a broken heart? Share your predictions in the comments. I'm dying to hear them. If this saga resonated with you, hit the like button and subscribe to stay in the loop. Next week, as the Islanders reunite, the villa will erupt in ways we can't yet imagine. Are you ready for the fire?